Greetings everyone, where we'll take a deep dive into the MENA and GCC telecom landscape with a special focus on trends of telecom infrastructure development, technology adoption, and business development. So, to uncover all of the things I've mentioned, we're joined by a special expert, Ahmed ElSobky, a Norwegian expert with a deep understanding of the field of tech innovation, the CEO of Acacia Integration, and elected board member of the Chamber of Industry for Information and Communication Technology. So, greetings. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, that's so nice to have you here. And also from our side, we have our expert, Moroz. With extensive experience in digital transformation, he brings a deep expertise in helping Telecom and ISPs build smarter and more connected service ecosystem. So, to not hold you back from the insights we have today, I guess should move on to the questions directly. And the very first question is just to have a brief overview over the IT sector. So, how has IT sector of MENA and GCC evolved over past 5-10 years? And exactly we know that it was fulfilled with huge milestones. Maybe you can share also how you and your team was involved in this process.
Thank you very much. Let me tell you something that our area is depending on the ICT in a big time. There is a lot of programs for digital transformation all over the Arab world, the MENA and the GCC. The market started to shift from the basic services into the value-add services in the past 5 to 10 years. So that we are started to spend a lot of investments in the IT services. The projects is governmental driven. The big projects are governmental driven. There is a lot of adoption for the artificial intelligence applications in addition to the 5G tools to expand the coverage of mobile to every place in every country. There is a lot of focus on creating a healthy ecosystem for the startups, and there is a sort of technology partnership with the technology providers from all over the world. This is in a nutshell what has happened during the last 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So you've mentioned also governmental-led initiatives. So do they have the major role in the development of all of these technologies and the adoption of the technology services and partnership with the technology companies? Do they have the major role? And how they impact the IT sector more.
You mean the government or the
government?
The government. The governments are all over the world are the big consumers for any technology, not only the ICT. In ICT, they are the owners in our area of the main infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
So that the major telecom operators are mainly, whether they are totally owned by government, they are state-owned, or they are a joint venture between the governments and multinational or private sector service providers. So that the governments are a key for digital transformation in our area. Now, governments are the anchor customers for IT solutions. They shifted from the platforms or from the simple projects to the value add projects or to the X as a service. Most of the governments now are planning to have ICT as a service in many applications. They are now depending on the applications on the cloud, so that a lot of countries are establishing their own data center or cloud centers, or they are doing it with multinational or international service providers, in addition to using the artificial intelligence. And for securing this, they are investing a lot in the cybersecurity arena. Okay?
Yeah, I see.
Also, they are strengthening their ecosystem for the ICT. And one of the most important issues these governments are doing is the investment is in the human resources and the talents, because they cannot have big projects without good talent who will manage those projects. So that this is in a nutshell the role of the governments nowadays.
The role is so great and crucial. And you've mentioned so many trends, and I do believe they kind of correlate with the overall telecom industry development, like the value-added ecosystem, the AI, and etc., etc. But like these years, what will be like the most common objective shared by telecoms and ISPs? So among these trends, like what objectives do they set for the development and for the future?
That the AI-driven networks, which will reduce the cost and enable smart operations, will be one of the most important things. Also, the digital service platforms that will transform the carriers into a strategic digital partners. The infrastructure build out that support the rising of traffic and quality demand. Analytics and data services that unlocks new revenue from data insights will be one of the issues. Networks modernization that retries old technology and improves efficiency. Satellite and hybrid connectivity, which will expand the coverage of the service all over the countries. You know that some of the countries in the Arab world has great part as a desert. And in such environment, it is not cost effective to use cable connectivity. So that's why wireless, especially satellite, can be a good solution. Using 5G extensively will be driving this too much. And in the last week, Egypt started to give or to finalize the licenses for 5G for the 4 operators working in Egypt in as a mobile operators. Some of the companies are starting to prepare themselves for, some of the countries, not the companies, some of the countries are preparing themselves for the new era of 6G. We just started 5G, but others are started to plan what will they do in the 6G arena, and how they are going to cope with the next innovation wave.
Mr. Ahmed, I was in Capacity, Middle East, a few days ago. As I know, it was artificial intelligence event in Egypt. Can you tell me something about this event? What it means? It's Egypt is ready to start and say to be like one of the main hub for artificial intelligence in the near future, and develop this in state, I mean in governments, and use it in governments, or so, because it was surprise for me. It was first event for artificial intelligence, as I understood.
Let me tell you something, that you know that Egypt is number one, the biggest country in the human resources availability for the ICT in the area. Not only for the Middle East, but also for the Europe and South Mediterranean. We are graduating approximately from 50 to 60K specialists in ICT different disciplines from the Egyptian universities every year. Egypt also is a hub for the multinational companies as a sort of development activities, so that most of the big multinational companies have their own Middle East development hub, and R&D is in Egypt. So a lot of products in different ICT applications are coming out of Egypt. Some of them are belonging to pure Egyptian companies, and others are coming out of the multinational R&D centers, which is located in Egypt. So the wave of the artificial intelligence or the AI is not an exception. You know that we have one of the major vehicle software development companies having their, let us say, number one or number two worldwide R&D center in Egypt, which is the French company Valeo. They have here in Egypt more than 5 3,000 programmer and developer in different application and different disciplines working from Egypt. You know that also this advanced software or application for the vehicles are depending now very heavily on the artificial intelligence, so that the coming wave of vehicle software will depend mainly on the artificial intelligence. That's why, in my opinion, GITEX as a big event organizers in our area thought that launching their first artificial intelligence event in Cairo will be something soundable. This is the explanation why they started the first artificial intelligence in Egypt. Also, Egypt has a really good base for software companies who are working in artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence based software. In Egypt, we have more than 3,000 software development companies, pure Egyptian. Most of them are small, and some other companies are medium and big enterprises. I hope that I could answer your question.
Yeah, I understand. So it means that the Egyptian government is ready for new technologies and involve artificial intelligence in the near future as well. Yes, I know. I know.
Egyptian government is ready. Yes, it is ready. Whether they are ready enough or not, but the Egyptian government is trying to do some efforts in that track.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear. I actually see the correlation like between so many technologies adopted in Egypt and continue its development because of so many professionals which are graduated and prepared for this.
Yes.
So nice.
Our wealth is in the human resources, the Egyptian human resources, whether they are in the ICT or any other discipline.
It's so nice. And let's move on. So we mentioned so many milestones and like the trends, but not exactly, but unfortunately, there are maybe some challenges faced by the countries and regions or countries of MENA and GCC regions. So mostly, I'm interested not like at the overall challenges, but how they differ across the countries of the region. Like are they similar? Or do they differ a lot when it comes to the challenges for the telecom and net?
Split. Tell you something that one of the most challenges facing digital transformation worldwide is the digital divide. So that the digital divide is existing in all countries all over the world, whether they are very advanced or in the process. The issue is the ratio of the digital divide. Then there is always the people who know better and the people who know less. So that our countries, as any country in the world, has a digital divide. So that, in my opinion, the most important challenge that faces our countries will be the digital divide. There is a difference between urban and non-urban places. There is always a sort of divide between the youth and the matured people.
Mhm.
Most probably, the divide between men and women is getting very closed, so that there is, in my opinion, it is neglectable. Now, so that the first thing is the digital divide. The second, after this, will be the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a challenge all over the world. And also because of the availability of the tools that have dual use, the IT tools which has dual use, so that you can use it in a good way, and at the same time you can use it in a bad way. Because these tools are not very expensive, so that it is a part of the new tools for the new techniques of war between countries. So that the cybersecurity issue is not only a threat coming from criminal side, but it is also a threat or an elementary element or elementary part in the new war or new war methodology. And you know that our area is one of the hottest areas in the globe, which has a lot of conflicts, so that some of the formal or informal groups can use cybersecurity as a tool for annoying some of the countries in our area. Okay? So that this is the second challenge. The third challenge is the availability of the human resources, or the shortage or the slower or the slowing rate of entering a new skilled people to the labor market or to the employment market. This can be also a challenge in our area, because all over the world also, the educational system is not developing on the same pace of developing the development of the ICT science. The average time for modifying or developing a curriculum in anywhere in the world is approximately 3 to 4 years. And during these 3 to 4 years, you will find an upside down development in the ICT arena, so that it is totally unmatched development in the both. So that we need always a sort of rush courses and plan for how we are going to deal with the needs for new skilled human resources to be ready for our digital transformation projects. One of the other issues is also the availability of finance for the digital transformation. You know, in our area, not all the countries are on the same level of having the surplus in their budget to push in the issue of digital transformation. Another challenge can be the operational cost of the digital transformation projects. If we starting to have a severe or a condensed AI data centers, this means that we will have a lot of needs for electricity generation. And to have a sort of electric generations like this, you need to establish new power stations. Whether they are traditionals, using the ordinary fuel, or they are non-traditional, using the new resources like wind, like the sun, and something like that, nuclear, whatsoever. All these needs or all these power stations will need a lot of finance. So that it's a question mark whether all of our countries or all the countries in the MENA region and Middle East are ready for such investment, or what will they do? Okay?
Yeah,
I think that's in a nutshell, or this is the main challenge in my point of view.
Excellent. I actually have several questions concerning the challenges. Like for the second challenge concerning the cybersecurity, I'm just interested, are they telecoms and ISP professionals? They are more focused on on-premise development of some services connected with data, or they still prefer to use public cloud. Exactly, they are also cybersecurity protected. So, but are they prefer to use on-premise clouds or public clouds? It's just, yeah, it's kind of a specific question, I understand, but
Let me tell you something. I myself can differentiate between two major users. If we are talking about private sector, which they are working in a non-critical, non-sensitive information, something like the e-commerce or any non-critical applications, most probably they can store their data on public clouds even outside the country. But if we are talking about sensitive information, whether they are belonging to the private sector, like banks, like healthcare, like something like this, any financial data, or the data belonging to the governmental applications and related to their citizen very critical information, most of the countries in our area are putting regulations that these sort of information should be stored within the country, not abroad.
Mhm.
So most probably they are hosted in on-premises systems or on a governmental cloud managed and run by governmental organization. Is it the
Yes.
answer for your question?
I have question, and for video surveillance, so it's the same, yes. Most of MENA countries have restriction, yes, to run video surveillance outside country. I mean, storage in cloud outside countries, or it's can be public. What do you think?
In my opinion, that no surveillance cameras is something very critical and very sensitive and very important for the countries, because there is a lot of information you can collect out of these of the data coming out of these systems. So that it should be, and most of the countries will ask for in-country hosting. In-country hosting.
Okay.
Because you will have a sort of data for the rush hours, for the number of cars, for the types of cars, for a lot of things, for the driving behavior even of the people who are driving vehicles in the city or in the country. And these are very critical information or data that should be kept, and its analysis should be kept within the authorities, not even within the country, but within the authorities, because this is one of the national security data. Countries are afraid that it is being took outside.
I understand, yes. I met Telecom Egypt in Capacity Middle East, and they told me they have data center in 6 October. It's the largest one. And some companies like Amazon and maybe Hikvision, but I don't know, they rent place inside their data center, so they storage all data inside country.
Yeah, because of not only Telecom Egypt has data center, but there is many data centers in Egypt. One of them is belonging to Telecom Egypt. The other is for Vodafone. The third is for Raya. And there is, I think, also GPX has one data center, tier 4 in Fifth Settlement, and it is a joint venture with the financial sector of Egypt, and something like that. But unfortunately, in my opinion, unfortunately, they are not enough, or they don't have the enough capacity for a data center industry in Egypt. And all of them are located in one we are calling Greater Cairo area. Greater Cairo area is the old Cairo, the new settlement or the fifth settlement to the east of Cairo, or 6th of October to the west of Cairo. They are all of them are within Cairo region. Even the governmental cloud center, which has been opened in April 2024, is also made in or established in Greater Cairo area. In my opinion, we need to have regional data centers within Egypt. No, I'm not talking about regional between countries, but regional inside Egypt, so that we need at least one data center in Upper Egypt. We need to have one or two data centers in north of Egypt, in Delta region, so that we can distribute it, or we can distribute our data centers within Egypt to have a load balancing on the networks, so that most of the private sector or even governmental application, which will depend on a storage of big data, should be kept within these data centers and not concentrated in Cairo, because concentrating it in Cairo has a lot of challenges. One of them is the capacity of the networks and the network jamming for the traffic, the traffic jams of the network, so that we need to have regional data centers in Egypt for serving a lot of application, especially when Egypt started to, or when the other phases of the health insurance project starts. This health insurance starts when the other phases start. We will need data centers in many other cities rather than Greater Cairo.
So it can be good investment opportunity for international companies.
International companies, this is totally another story. International companies should have data centers in an area which very near to the marine cables substations, near Alexandria or near or in the Red Sea. You know that we have 4 stations for marine cables. 2 of them on the Red Sea and the other 2 on the Mediterranean. So that if we want to have international data center farm or international data center park, then we should have it like this. In 2017, when I was the chairman of Silicon Waha, the second operator of technology parks in Egypt, second operator from history point of view, but they are the biggest operator from size point of view. we were planning to have an international data center park near Alexandria. So that this is a dream. I hope it will be true one day very soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, well, we've mentioned a lot about the infrastructure, so data centers, and also you mentioned the challenge of the investment in the infrastructure, like the financial burdens. I guess it's not the main solution, but it can be a solution. It's somehow connected with the trends, the value-added services when it comes to it. So it can be not like the primary solution, but also kind of a kind of a thing that may help to monetize the infrastructure already built. So, well, and I'm just interested, what's are the most popular services to be included in the service portfolio of telecoms and ISPs as a kind of a solution, or just as a plan, or following the trends of the world? So, just
Let me tell you something that, in my opinion, that monetizing the data, I mean anonymous data, okay? The data which will comply with the Egyptian law for data privacy. Monetizing these sort of data is one of the most important revenue streams these companies can have. You can analyze a lot of data and you can get statistics, and you can sell these analytical statistics to a lot of service providers or product sellers or something like that. So that the cloud service can be one of the monetized services ISP or telecom operators can provide. This is for the whole area, but taken in consideration that in Egypt we don't have a sort of independent ISPs. The operators have an integrated license to provide voice and data at the same time, so that in Egypt, ISP and telcos are one provider, but in other countries they may be more than a model. Some of them are following the Egyptian model or the same model. It is not an Egyptian, the same model, but some others have independent ISPs. So that we are talking about cloud-based services is one of the monetizing streams in ISPs and telcos. Also, the IoT. IoT is one of the new streams which will enable those people or those type of businesses to have good streams. IoT, something like the cameras, like whatsoever, the gates, a lot of application depending on IoT for day-to-day activities in every country. Or also the private networks and the value-added services, something like IP telephony in the closed communities, IP telephonies for a sort of governmental organizations or big private sector companies or something like that, instead of spending a lot of investment by this sort of organization in establishing a sort of IP telephone network within their organization. This can be one of the most important services Telcos or ISPs can provide to private organizations. They can install them a sort of private network for the IP so that they can link their branches all over the country through one network. So that this is one of the monetizing streams. Also enhancing the competitiveness in the telecom markets is one of the other issues that can give good streams, supporting the national economies and the strategic digital or the digital strategies, because when you are supporting such digital transformation, this means that more consumption of telecom services. So that as you help in expanding the ecosystem of the country, this means that more consumption on your services, and this will be
Thank you, Ahmed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And well, so there are many also challenges concerning the adoption of video surveillance by telecoms or even system integrators. That when we'll try to convince them, or what will be the better path to start with concerning the segment, like B2B or B2C, like maybe like started from the businesses or individuals, which of them showing the most interest in like
in my opinion, it is not B2C at all, and it will not be B2C. It should be B2B or B2G. So that mainly, in my opinion, that the penetration should be in the field of B2C, B2G. Because if the G is convinced with the concept, then even the regulation will be modified to comply with the needs of the government. If the government is not convinced, then we will have a big challenge in the regulations. So that nobody will do things without regulations.
You're right.
I guess that's kind of a final conclusion for all things we've covered today, actually. Yeah.
So that the penetration should be in the government sector. You know that the government has a lot of facilities, hospitals, universities, governmental businesses, which is the ministries, the authorities, big organizations, forget about the streets, forget about these issues, but I'm talking about a lot of surveillance cameras are available in many buildings, inside buildings, not outside, not outdoor. It is on door. And managing all these issues, in my opinion, is a governmental headache. Because they want only always to keep tracking what is happening, to record something like this if there is an accident or a problem or a theft or whatsoever, so that you need to have a sort like this operated by the government itself, or an organization belonging to the government, or an organization has a contract with the government. Okay? So that if we have something like this, if we have a sort of organization, company, or whatsoever who can handle this even as a POC, and the government is convinced with the cost effectiveness of the solution, this will be a paradigm shift in our government. One of the most important issues to convince them, in my opinion, will be having a sort of a cost analysis between video surveillance as a service and the traditional way of video surveillance. If we have a model like this, saying that if we have 100 camera or 1,000 camera or whatsoever, the cost for as a service will be X, and the cost for traditional way will be cost multiplied by 5 or 6, 3 or 4 or 2 or whatsoever, so that we will have a mathematical model or an analysis giving the cost effectiveness of using this way of doing the business, comparing with the traditional one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, well, Ivan, do you have any questions left?
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. I think it's much more than enough. Yes, so thank you for our talking today, for this meeting. Hope to see you soon. And thank you for your, let's say, conclusion finally regarding countries. It's very important for us. Nastya, what else we can say?
Yeah, I also want to express my gratitude for you joining us today. You've shared a lot, and actually, it's so interesting to hear that's like the controversial part of, so many trends, so many technologies adapted, but also the challenges, but they have there are solutions for them, but also there are some burdens, but that's so interesting to hear. Thank you so much. I hope you will join us in other initiatives, or we'll have like some shared project with you. Thank you so much. Maybe you have something also to say, like kind of final words, kind of a conclusion for this for our today's meeting.
Thank you very much for the meeting. It was really very interesting. Questions are challenging and giving us the opportunity to make some sort of new ideas and discussions and something like that, and explore the future of our area and something like that. So that I really thank you very much for such meeting, and hoping to cooperate with you in our area. There is a lot of other countries which we can explore together. There is countries who needs a lot of digital transformation, maybe from scratch.
Mhm.
Have Iraq, we have now Syria, we may have Libya in some time. So that in our area there is a lot, a very big potential for digital transformation solutions, especially the video surveillance as a service. Video surveillance as a service is one of the most important application from different point of views. One of them is establishing secure and safe environment for the citizens. So that I'm quite sure that governments will be convinced with such application. It is a matter of time to penetrate the market and put the right and proper business model with every country, because it may differ from country to country. And hoping to have continuous business relations with you in our area.